In 1926, 22-year-old doctoral student J. Robert Oppenheimer suffers from homesickness and anxiety while studying under the experimental physicist Patrick Blackett at the Cavendish Laboratory in Cambridge. Oppenheimer finds Blackett demanding and struggles doing lab work. Visiting scientist Niels Bohr is impressed by Oppenheimer, however, and recommends that he instead study theoretical physics. Oppenheimer completes his PhD in Germany, and later meets theoretical physicist Werner Heisenberg at a conference in Switzerland. He returns to the United States, hoping to expand quantum physics research there, and begins teaching at the University of California, Berkeley, and the California Institute of Technology. He meets his future wife, Catherine Pinning, a biologist and ex-communist, and also has an intermittent affair with Jean Tatlock, a member of the Communist Party USA, until her suicide a few years later. In 1942, amid World War II, U.S. Army General Leslie Groves recruits Oppenheimer to lead the Manhattan Project to develop an atomic bomb after Oppenheimer gives assurances he has no communist sympathies. Oppenheimer, who is Jewish, is particularly driven by the Nazis potentially completing their nuclear weapons program headed by Heisenberg. Oppenheimer assembles a scientific team including Edward Teller and Isidore Isaac Ruby in Los Alamos, New Mexico to secretly create the bomb. Oppenheimer collaborates with the scientists Enrico Fermi and David L. Hill, and he and Albert Einstein discuss how an atomic bomb risks triggering an unstoppable chain reaction that could destroy the world. After Germany surrenders, several project scientists question the bomb's continued importance and using civilian targets, though Oppenheimer stresses it will end the war in the Pacific. The Trinity test is successfully conducted and President Harry S. Truman orders Hiroshima and Nagasaki to be bombed, forcing Japan's surrender. Oppenheimer is thrust into the public eye as the father of the atomic bomb, but the immense destruction and massive fatalities haunt him. He urges Truman to restrict further nuclear weapon development, but the president rejects Oppenheimer's advice, considering it weak. As an advisor to the U.S. Atomic Energy Commission, Oppenheimer advocates against further nuclear research, especially the hydrogen bomb proposed by Teller. His stance becomes a point of contention amid the tense Cold War with the Soviet Union. AEC Chairman Lewis Strauss resents Oppenheimer for publicly dismissing his concerns regarding the export of radioisotopes and for recommending arms talks with the Soviet Union. He also believes Oppenheimer turned Einstein against him. At a hearing intended to eliminate his political influence, Oppenheimer is betrayed by Teller and other colleagues. Strauss exploits Oppenheimer's associations with communists such as Tatlock and Oppenheimer's brother, Frank. Despite Ruby, Kitty, and several other allies testifying in Oppenheimer's defense, Oppenheimer's security clearance is revoked, damaging his public image and neutralizing his policy influence. At Strauss's later Senate confirmation hearing for Secretary of Commerce, Hill testifies about Strauss's personal motives in engineering Oppenheimer's downfall. The U.S. Senate votes against Strauss's nomination. In 1963, President Lyndon B. Johnson presents Oppenheimer with the Enrico Fermi Award as a gesture of political rehabilitation. It is revealed that Oppenheimer and Einstein's earlier conversation was not regarding Strauss, but the far-reaching implications of nuclear weapons. Oppenheimer believes he started a chain reaction that will destroy the world.